What's going on? It's Justeeni here. We love to see Vengir win. Let's see Vengir win. Alright, yeah, look at the spawn. Already a great spawn. But yeah, I'm against Imperius, and you're gonna see the power of the almighty Vengir. I swear this tribe is kind of underrated. Like, yes, they're the worst tribe in the game, but like, if you get a good spawn, you know, they're actually playable. So I go for a nice explorer. It's gonna grab me a lighthouse most likely. And yeah, I grab my lighthouse. Things are looking great. You can see my spawn was definitely a bit better than the opponent because they had to grab mining, or they had to grab climbing. So yeah, I get really nice vision. I can't quite attack the opponent though, so that is one sort of downside. I spam a bunch of swords though to put the pressure on. This will be pretty handy dandy. So just trying to be really annoying, developing at the same time with just mining Smithery alone. Yeah, my sword unfortunately dies, but I injured a lot of their units, and they have Smithery already, so we're gonna see some Vengir versus, I guess, pseudo-Vengir, because the opponent was kind of forced into it with this spawn. But yeah, I just ignore this warrior. I don't want to kill it and then lose the sword. I get an explorer, lots of vision. My economy is doing pretty nice. So like that's like the first thing that's kind of underrated about Vengir is their economy's actually kind of good. And then the other thing with Vengir is early swords are great. I get a nice turn 9 double giant. That's like just straight up good. Like, yeah, look at me. And these early swords are really good. I'm able to steal this village from Imperius even though they were closer to it. I mean, they have the water in the way. But also this village, there's a question of if they can even keep that. I'm getting on the water with these giants. Good old Juggernaut action. They get some vision there. They still don't have Eye of God. But I'm going to be able to get a lot of naval pressure to attack their cities because it's a little hard to attack them by land. And yeah, they hit my Juggernaut. How mean. They get a port so they can get the giant. Putting the sword here so it can help defend. Very tricky defense for the opponent. I get an Explorer Rune, which is actually pretty nice for getting some good vision. And I just throw the Juggernaut in. They actually can get a giant via Smithery there, which they already have. I go Organization to develop. And again, these swords are just awesome. They're awesome for a few reasons. Like, first off, they trade insanely well into warriors, which is going to be what most people are using in the early game. But they actually trade even better than you guys probably think. I don't know if we're going to see a lot of it this game. I played like a bunch of games with Vengir, so I could get some good content. But I had a lot of games where I just get a ton of veteran swords and the opponent just dies. And it's really funny. They get the giant push here with the port. I forced that, which is pretty cool. And the opponent is trying to defend, hold on. They want to get a giant push here, but I'm stepping on the mine. And yeah, you see this sword with 2 out of 3 kills. This one has 1 out of 3, but that's just gonna stay at 1 out of 3. And yeah, I get some upgrades. The opponent finally counter-pressuring with giants, but they're actually a good deal slower. I get riding, getting ready for roads. My economy is doing really well. And if I get trade, I have 2 level 6 markets with Vengir. And then they just resign. Yeah. You know what? I'll show you guys another Vengir game just for fun, so I'll go ahead and cut to that. Alright, so here's another Vengir game. I wasn't intending to show this one, but you know, this video would have been really short, and I think this showcases a lot of juicy Vengir stuff. So I get an early ruin, which gives me Org, which is absolute garbage here. So seems really bad so far, especially compared to the other Vengir game where I had like a arguably better spawn than the opponent as Vengir. I made the opponent see that they're Aquarion, and I'm just making warriors trying to expand. And yeah, there's upgrades, but yeah, this is pretty bad so far. But I'm able to already deny them this village because of a single sword. And force out archery. How many tribes can do that with a single unit? like, not many. Now I go for riding, preparing for roads, which are great with riders and swords. And the opponent makes a crucial mistake here. So it looks really, really innocent what they do. They just move the archer up for exploration, and then they poke away my sword, and it seems normal. But the sword is now at 2 out of 3 kills, and this is a big problem. Basically, if they put an archer near and hit the sword, I get a veteran sword. And if they don't, I put my sword in friendly territory and just heal it back to full. And it'll be at 2 out of 3. So they're in a lose-lose situation just like that. Just from one early encounter, not even doing much except for just getting 2 kills on a sword. That also means I'm getting Gate of Power earlier because they have 0 kills. So there's some nice subtle advantages with Vengir that I'm kind of taking advantage of here. And they go for it. They hit my sword, not realizing what they've done. That sword, 2 HP, heals 13 HP and then gets another 5 HP added on top of that. Oh my goodness, getting roads here. This is brutal. I don't even upgrade the city because I'm now focused on pressuring this city. I have a vet sword. They have to defend it. They go for archers. And again, forcing out a bit of a response here. And it seems like I'm about to attack them, but then I go back. I actually don't have to attack them. Instead, let's set up, build this economy. They go for riding. Again, they've been forced to get archery, and now they have to go for riding. Well, I guess they don't have to, but they decide to go for it for like faster expansion and bubbles and whatnot. And now I get a nice explorer, see what's going on. They already have aquaculture, but they don't even have their first grab. And they're really behind on expansion because they're like so focused on defense. And again, and now it seems like things have kind of calmed down. You know, they're training like a few units to kind of keep things safe, but not much. But I can now get population growth. That's not what is important though. I'm pretty sure this is the turn where I now just attack them. I see, oh, you're not defending enough anymore. And I just launch a crazy attack. This is one of the nice things about getting roads as Vengir, is just suddenly out of nowhere, your units, they're, you know, just positioned there, sitting on defense. And then suddenly, boom. I just throw everything at them. Get a bunch more units. They get a jelly for defense, which, while cost efficient, is still very expensive, and they're getting sieged. And they're getting sieged again. This is dead. And I'm not expecting either of these sieges to hold. That's why I don't siege with the vet sword. I'm not expecting anything to hold here. But I'm wasting a ton of stars. And, more importantly, I'm going to be ready for the follow-up. I go ahead and get another explorer. I'm expanding really well despite the, quite frankly, horrible start with Vengir of all tribes. Like that vet sword that I managed to get really helped a lot. And they can unsiege just fine. Just barely. They get another jelly. But again, like maybe I could have held it earlier. I wasn't like totally sure. Like maybe they get a crab or something. But now they, yeah, no, this is just horrible. They just resign here and it's too much. Sieging with the vet sword. I have 1 out of 3. I have another veteran sword. Like I didn't get a single vet sword ruin. I just got 2 vet swords because Vengir's balling like that. I don't know, like hear me out. If Vengir started with 7 starting stars, they would legitimately be viable. That's like all they need to actually be good. Like they're the worst tribe in the game, but that's because the bar is really high. Vengir's kind of, I don't know, play some Vengir games, they're fun. Like this is cool. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.